Time and date is one of the basic tools that I use to create meeting invitations. Today, I'm trying to create a meeting with somebody who lives in Macau and somebody who lives in Vietnam. I said Macau rather than China because this program always wants a specific city, not a country. Ooh, Macau is not here. Wonder what they call Macau. Well, let's try Hong Kong. That's close enough. Same time zone. Okay. I'm going to also put in the person in Ho Chi Minh City. Put that in Vietnam. Okay. So now I have my three locations where I live, where the other two people live. I'm going to click time zones. I want to have a meeting soon, so I won't worry about the day. If I wanted to have a meeting in the future, I would need to worry about when daylight savings time ends for myself, because in the US, we do have daylight savings time. I'm sorry, it begins. This is now currently winter, and in spring, in March, we will start daylight savings time. So if I wanted the meeting in a few weeks from now, I would have to change the time and date to accommodate the fact that things will be different in the future. But I want it soon, so I'm going to just tick today. Okay, now I'm going to copy this whole thing. I'm going to start in the top left and go to the bottom right. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I do that, I'm just copying the boxy part, the table. Okay, when I do that, Control C, open up a Word document, a blank document, Control V to paste. What I got was the structure. You can see I've turned on my computer something called something that shows me the special marks, so I can see what's really happening behind the scenes. It's this paragraph symbol at the top. And so you see these little dots. This shows me it's a table structure, but I can't really see it. So I'm going to move my cursor above it. Oops, let's see if I'm at the very top. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I have an arrow and I can see that I'm pointing at a table. Okay, so I'm going to highlight the whole table. I'm going to right click and go to Table Properties, Borders and Shadings, and say All, and OK. And now I can see my table. I had the table before, but I couldn't see it because the lines were not turned on. So now I've turned on the grid, it's called, and I can see it. Now, I don't like UTC. This is Universal Time Code, and I can't figure it out. So I'm going to delete that. Okay, so I have three locations where I would like to have a meeting. So I'm going to look at this and see what sounds good. 11 a.m. is fine for me, but not in Hong Kong or Macau in my case. And the real one I want to do is Macau, Hong Kong. Okay, same time zone, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to delete this because it's not a reasonable time for one of the people in the meeting. And I'm going to go down to 8 a.m. Well, maybe I'll do 7 a.m. possibly. But then, so I'll just delete those because those are impossible. But then that would only be 6 a.m. in Ho Chi Minh City. So I'm going to take that one out. All right, so now I have 7 p.m. for me, that's okay. 8 a.m. in Macau, 7 a.m. in Ho Chi Minh. Well, that might be okay. We'll just check it out. Just ask. It's possible. All right, so now it's looking good, except now at 10 p.m. I don't really want to meet at 10 p.m. So I'm going to cancel that for myself because that's just not when I want to meet. And then I'm going to say I'll go to 7 a.m. Okay, so we get down to 7 a.m. I'd be willing to get up and meet at 7 a.m. That'd be fine for me. These are reasonable times. let's see, we get up to 10 p.m. in Macau. I'm not going to ask someone to do that because I wouldn't do it. So that's it. Those are the options. And I'm going to delete all of the other rows. And now I have a short table, which has times which are sort of realistic for most of us. And then the question is, which one do we want to choose? And this will be a group decision. And I'm going to right click here on the column and say insert column left. Just need a tiny little column. And I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So when I send this to the people I want to meet with, I can say, I have identified 5 options. Please help me choose the one that's best for you. And we also want to choose the date. Yes, now date. I don't want it to say Wednesday because that's too specific. I'm going to do Control C, Control H, and I'm going to make that say day 1, comma, replace all. Okay, yes, you can try the whole thing. All right. And then the next one is Thursday, and I'm going to make that say day 2, 2, comma, replace all. Okay, so I've replaced all of those. Now, I know it's funny to think about my day in Baltimore is not the same day as the place I'm calling, but I'm used to that. That happens to me all the time. If I place the call at night, then I'm speaking, then it could be like Wednesday for me and already Thursday for them because they are ahead of me. And so, if I say, okay, I'll meet on Wednesday, then when I say that, then it's already Thursday for them. But on this one, because this one's in my morning, it's the same day. So it's morning for me and evening for them of the same day. Confusing, I know. But anyway, at least this way it doesn't say Wednesday and Thursday because I had not intended to specify only those 2 days. So this is what I'm going to copy and paste into my email. And then we can see if we can find agreement on when to meet.